Hello, this is Zule from Pomona, California, Zone 10A. Today is October 6, 2019, and I will be planting my watercress. I have done a video before about the watercress on how to propagate it, but this time I thought to do a video about me planting it and the growth. So I'm going to be using the watercress from Botanical Interest. This is one of the companies besides other ones that I use. I really like their products. I've never had any issues with the germination of the seeds. So this is one of the companies that I do get my seeds from. Most of my seeds, I would say, but one of a few that I get them from when I have to buy. From the watercress, I have never been able to collect seeds, but I'm hoping to one day be able to collect my own. But for now, I will have to purchase. So I got me 3 packs, but I will only be doing 2 packs in this container here, in this pot. And I think this is a 5-gallon pot. And I will be putting this pot on top of this. I don't know what it's called, a dish pan. There you go. So that it can retain water. Now, be careful about putting it in the dish pan because you don't want to keep it full all the time. You want to have at least 2 inches of water in there always. And then if you see that if you look at the soil and the soil is just like soaking, like it's dripping, then that's not good. Like, it doesn't need to be completely soaked. It just needs to be moist. So if you pick it up and you see how this dirt is moist, that's what you want to feel. You want to feel there's water in there, but you don't want it dripping. Anyway, so that's what I do when I plant my watercress. And it does absolutely fabulous. So I know that a lot of people say, well, watercress grows in water. Yes, you're absolutely right, but it grows best in running water. So that's why it's good to keep 2 inches there. And then once it starts reducing from the 2 inches, then you can add more water, because that way it's not always going to go to the top and maintain your seeds or their roots once they're grown and germinated, or their roots soaking wet. They love running water, but they do not like standing water in my area. I'm not sure about everybody else. Everybody's outcomes are different. So go ahead and do your own research in your own area. But for me, that's what it works. I do my 5-gallon pot. Then I put my pot in here, fill it up with 2 inches of water, top water it. And then after that, I just top water and make sure that the 2 inches of water remain in the little pot or dish pan in this case. All right, so let's go ahead and plant the watercress. So here's my pack of seeds, and let me see if I can show you how tiny these seeds are. So they're super duper tiny. Let me see if I can get some in my hand. And if any fall, they'll fall. Yeah, they'll fall in here. All right, so this is the watercress seed, and it's super duper extremely tiny. There's a lot in there, it's just that they're super tiny. All right, and all we're gonna do is just scatter it around, just sprinkle it in, I guess you can call it. Sprinkle it in everywhere you can. They're so tiny, but I can see them on the soil. I'm not sure if you can see them, but there's right there. So there's a lot throughout the soil. So I'm gonna empty out. Normally I do 1, but this time I just want to make sure that the whole pot has seeds in it. Maybe 1 packet would have been okay, but let's see, there's more in there. All right, so now let's go ahead and water the watercress. That's funny. Water the watercress. All right, let's go ahead and water this. And let me see if I can get my hose going one-handed. And if you notice, I didn't add any dirt or any soil. I didn't add any soil once I added my seeds. I didn't add any soil on top. That's because the seeds are super duper tiny, so I don't want to lose them and then have them go to the bottom and then rot. So I leave them like that. I just put them on top of the soil, and then I water them lightly, so very lightly, just not making sure that I don't push them all the way to the bottom. And then I fill up my little container here to make sure they remain moist. The soil remains moist. And if you can see, I have used these before, and there's already a little line there going because I keep them full. And then once I'm done with the season of watercress, then I put them away, clean them and put them away, and then I use them next year. So we're gonna go ahead and fill it out. It's about 2 inches, but don't quote me. I mean, you can eyeball it. I'm not sure. Yep, it's about an inch and a half, I would say. I just don't, you have to make sure that there's water in there so the soil is moist, but you don't want the soil to be soaking. So this should never be all the way full or even halfway full. All right, I think that's it for my water. So then we're just going to go ahead and add the pot. And I'm doing this one-handed, so hold on. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like for the rest of the watercress growing season. And it was about an inch and a half, but once you put the pot in there, you see how high it comes up? Almost 1/4 of a way up. So this will actually moisten up most of the container. And then since you're gonna have since you're gonna water it from the top as well, this container will remain moist. So this is what you want to see. Just have it moist, a little bit of water on the container, and then you don't want to soak it. You don't want to make sure that you're not soaking it, because it can rot, and the roots can rot. Again, I know that it grows in water, but usually with the water that it grows in naturally, it's running water. For me, when I have filled up the container to keep this super wet, they have rotted and they have died. In my area, again, everybody's area is different, so go ahead and do your research in your area. But in my area, when I leave it with standing water full, because I did try it before, and the roots rot and the plant dies. So I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm just waiting to make sure. Once I see a little bit of dryness at the top, then I know it's my cue to water it. And then always make sure that at the bottom there's always some water in the container. So we'll go ahead and show you the progress as we go. Today is October 13, 2019, and I wanted to give you an update on the watercress. So they're super duper tiny, but they are sprouting. Hopefully you can see that. So everything is looking good so far. There's a lot of little sprouts everywhere. Alright guys, so I'll go ahead and keep you guys posted. Today is October 19, 2019, and our watercress is getting big. It's growing. Just kidding, it's still tiny, but it has grown from the last time I showed you. And I love to see the little seedlings. They just look so cute. Super duper cute. Today is November 3rd, 2019. And our watercress is growing nice and healthy. And yesterday I gave it a good feeding of fish emulsion, so that's why it's damp. And I always keep a little bit of water in this container. And you want to keep your soil moist, but you don't want to keep it soggy. You see? It's moist, but it's not soggy. There's no water coming out of it. If I squeeze it, there's no drops coming out. That's what you want. You want it moist, but you don't want it soggy. And hopefully you will see that they grow extremely well just with this method that I use, and it works well for me. If it doesn't work for you, if you use another method and it works, definitely let me know what other method you use and maybe I'll try that. But for me, I have used this method for a while now, and it has worked for me. It gives me very pretty, big, luscious watercress. All right, I'll keep you guys posted. Today is November 17, 2019. And look at our watercress. It looks absolutely beautiful. Somebody has taken a little mini bite. But other than that, it looks absolutely fabulous. And as I mentioned, we always keep water in here. And as you can see, about an inch, a little bit over an inch. That's what I like to keep it at. But it's looking fabulous. I'm so tempted to cut some already, but no, I'm gonna hold off. Today is November 24th, 2019, and guess what, guys? Today is harvest day. So let's go ahead and cut a little bit because we are sure going to enjoy it. I'm gonna give my phone to my lovely assistant, my beautiful daughter. All right. Okay, so we're gonna cut. And this is the watercress is the cut and come again. So if you cut it, it'll grow more. So we're gonna take this little bunch, and I'm using my kitchen knife. And look at this. Doesn't this look so beautiful? Yum. And you can put these on your smoothies. You can use these on your salads. They're wonderful on sandwiches. They're just so beautiful. They're beautiful and delicious and absolutely nutritious. And I know it looks a little bit bare, but it'll grow, believe me. It'll grow. All right. So I don't think I want to leave it completely naked. So I think this is going to be my last cut. And like I said, it looks a little naked, but it'll grow. I actually cut from it already because I was really craving the watercress, and when it's homegrown, it's even better. So check this out. Like I said, for your sandwiches, for your salads, for smoothies. My husband is from El Salvador, and in El Salvador they put it on a drink called fresco de ensalada, which is basically a fruit type of drink, and they actually put it, and it, oh my god, it tastes so delicious. All right, well guys, that's it from Little Bean's Garden. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day, and as always, take care.